The 12-team playoff changed Ryan Day's life. Jay Stevens of Locked On Buckeyes is here to discuss that with me because there's no other way to describe this new contract, Jay, than a life-altering amount of money, and we'd be having a different Ohio State coaching contract conversation if the 12-team playoff hadn't been around. And hey, that's the world we're in. You play the hand that is dealt to you. Ryan Day did that, and here we are. He's the second highest paid coach in all of college football who had a lot of people, a non-zero number, calling for his job, 2 months ago?
Yeah, something like that, about 2 months ago, and he flipped that thing around and turned the page and turned the tide, all the little things we can describe what happened in the playoff, and Ryan Day went on a miraculous run, one of the best runs you've seen in college football history, and all of a sudden, he is now the second highest paid coach in college football. He signed an extension now, being with Ohio State through 2031, getting $12.5 million per year. Ryan Day got paid. That man did what he had to do to get that Brinks truck backed up to his house, and he deserves it. Like, when you do what he did, and you've been at Ohio State for 6 full seasons, and you've adapted to every single change that college football has thrown at Ryan Day, you get rewarded with stuff like this. Kirby Smart is one of the two coaches. I believe Dabo has 2 national championship wins. I know Kirby has 2.
Yes. Yeah.
And so now Ryan Day's in an even more exclusive company because he's one of 3 active coaches to have won a national championship. He's done everything that he's needed to do. He has adapted to college football. He has kept Ohio State at a top tier when you're following a Hall of Famer in Urban Meyer, and he's kept that thing, sustained it, recruiting at a high level every single year. I mean, what more can you ask for? You won your first national championship in 6 seasons. You're at Ohio State. It's one of the best jobs in the sport. The new AD is throwing everything you want. You want something financially? I'll give it to you. He is putting so much money and resources into the football program, even talk about doing some renovations to Ohio Stadium to make that more of a better experience for fans that attend Ohio State football games. Everything right now Ryan Day has done has helped build towards this moment, and he's earned every penny.
When the extension was announced, what was your first reaction?
That man got paid. It goes back to the statements I made earlier. It's the fact that you're getting paid $12.5 million a year. Also, like, even before that, though, through 2031, his old contract, he would have been up in 2028. Ryan Day, during the national championship celebration and all these interviews he's done, he's talked about how much he loves Ohio State, that his family is there, his kids are in school, and that he wants to stay in Ohio. So getting him through 2031, extending that old contract for 3 years, that's a huge, massive benefit to keep him through a lot of big, tough games that Ohio State's going to play over the next few years and in the non-conference slate. As the playoff expands, we've seen Ryan Day expand and adapt and not die when other schools have died in the season because they can't adapt to the new playoff format. I think Ryan Day is the right guy for the job in Columbus, Ohio, and he is locked up for a very long time. And I wouldn't be shocked, Spencer, if in 3 or 4 years they lock him up till 2035 or 2036, because in that time span, he could win another national championship. My guess is he'll win at least one Big Ten championship game, and those things are reasons why ADs want to keep a college football coach around.
2 thoughts that popped in my head when I saw this whole contract come out. The first one was, have you ever seen that movie Trainwreck with Amy Schumer and Bill Hader?
I have not.
Okay, it's older. It's a very funny movie. There's a great scene where LeBron James, Akron native, of course.
Yeah.
Akron? Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Akron, you're correct.
Yeah. He is having dinner with his friend, Bill Hader. And LeBron then looks at Bill Hader, who's got a character name on the show that I forget, and says, hey, we're going to split the check. And Bill Hader looks at him like, no, we're not. You're LeBron James. Come on, you're picking up. And then he acts like he forgot his wallet in the car. Ryan Day is now LeBron James in that scenario. Every single dinner that he goes out to with a friend, it's that's you, buddy. You got the tab. You're picking that one up, because no one's gonna say, what, you short on change? Because I'm doing fine with my family here, but this $100 meal doesn't mean as much to me as it does to you. So that was my first thought. Second thought, though, 7-year extension, $12.5 million a year. What are the odds he wins a national championship in your view before that extension has fully run its course?
they're pretty high. I think he can win one between this upcoming season and the 2031, whenever that contract season ends. I think he can win one. I realistically do, because he could have, like, he won one in the first 6 years he was at Ohio State. He probably could have won more. Let's just being real with the talent that he had. And if they would have managed some things differently, he probably could have 2 under his bag. And then over the next 7 years, could he win one? Absolutely. Absolutely he can. I think Kirby could win one. I think Dabo could get another one. Stuff has to change for him in Clemson, but I think Dabo could get one in that window too. But absolutely, I think Ryan Day can win at least one, could be 2 in that time span.
You know, Ryan Day is now free from a number of critiques that he's faced over the years, and one of which is the classic college football fan reaction. Well, what has he won? You know, what has he ever really won? And you can't say that about him. Now, of course, there are only 2 other coaches, the guys you mentioned, that you can say that about when you're talking about winning a national championship, Dabo and Kirby, and that's it. I guess there are only 3 good coaches in all of college football, Jay. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that incredible? There are only 3 good ones in the entire sport. But sometimes Ed Orgeron at LSU comes to mind here, and I don't think Ryan Day is that. But a coach has lightning in a bottle come to fruition, gets a big contract extension, and then a year or 2 into it, everyone's going, oh no, this is wrong. That was just a magical run, and, well, we have been fleeced as an athletic department for money. Any chance that happens with Ryan Day here?
I don't think so. I truly don't. And as you say that, I think about Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M when he got that massive payday. Ryan Day's boss is a guy that gave Jimbo Fisher that payday. And that thought entered my head this afternoon as I'm thinking about Ryan Day getting paid.
I did not know that. I legitimately did not know that.
Yeah. Ross Bjork was AD at A&M when Jimbo Fisher got paid. And the difference there is Jimbo's success was at Florida State. He had success at A&M a little bit, but he didn't win a national championship. Yes, a little bit. He didn't win a national championship, and he was really never in contention to get one. Ryan Day, in every single season, has had Ohio State in contention to win a national championship, not just preseason, but throughout the season. Ryan Day has had Ohio State right there. Here's the one kicker. You got to beat Michigan. Like, that's still something he has to do. He has to beat Michigan. But in a year where you don't beat Michigan, if you get a ring at the end of the day by winning the national championship, we've had this conversation numerous times, Spencer. That's what matters. I don't think you're going to get a Jimbo Fisher out after a couple years of signing a big contract, or Ed Orgeron, same thing. I don't think that, because of Ryan Day's track record of success at Ohio State, the level that he's playing on, the program being at the top in recruiting, in quarterback play, in defense. I can go across the board. Ohio State's at the top of a lot of lists. And I think because of that, that's a big reason why I think Ryan Day's going to sustain this and maybe even take Ohio State to another level if they can get there. I think another level is winning a Big Ten title and winning multiple national championships. Then you're going into a
I don't even
realm,
think the Big Ten title's another level. That's just a...
Well, you lose it. Well, you don't win it 4 years in a row.
It's just something else. Yeah, but I mean, who cares? You won a national championship. Who cares about the Big Ten?
Good point.
That's what the 12-team playoff has done for us. But